Hello, guys. How are you? Nick here from Real English Speaker. So, today we're going to talk about something quite important. Well, it's very serious, isn't it? See, I've got my tie on and I'm being serious. No, not really. But we're talking about work and jobs and how to discuss or talk about your job and your profession. What do you do? What do you do for a living? What do you do for a crust? In Australia, we say, what do you do for a crust? This is an expression, which means, what do you do for a living? We often say, what do you do for a living? Your living is the job that you do, or the profession that you have, which supports your life, which provides you with an income. We call it a living, or an income. What do you do for an income? What is the most common way to ask about someone's job? That's right. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? So it's very common to ask, what do you do? Or you can say, what kind of work do you do? What kind of work are you in? What kind of work are you in? So, let's go through some ways to talk about our jobs or ask about people's jobs. This could be very useful for your IELTS exam, your speaking exam. There may be a topic on jobs and work or any kind of exam. Or of course, if you're living and working in an English-speaking country and you work for a business in particular. Let's go into it. Let's go to work. We're back at work. Here we are at work. Some common ways to talk about your job. We can say, I work in finance, or I work in education. I work in the arts. I work in engineering. So this is when you talk about the field of work, the area of work. You say, I work in. The preposition is in, and then the field of work. So, tell me, what do you work in? Make a sentence as we go. Say it out loud. You can also say, I work for. What follows this one? I work for a company. That's right, a particular company or a person. I work for Apple. I work for Coca-Cola. Or I work for Westpac Bank, which is a bank in Australia. Westpac Bank. I work for Woolworths. If you work at a smaller job, like in a supermarket or a shop, you can just say, I work at. I work at Coles or Woolworths. I work at a clothing store. I work at a restaurant. But for is for the big sort of industrial, the big industries, the big companies. I work for, NEC, a big name. Or I work for John Smith, the person's name. Now, what about the type of job? Of course, you can say, I'm an engineer. Or I work as an engineer. As a. I work as an engineer. Or I'm a teacher. I work as a teacher. I work as a teacher at the school in the city. Or I work as a teacher for Real English Speaker. Now, what about if you want to describe more details or explain more details about this job, especially if you're going to a job interview about your work experience? We should use the present perfect tense. It's very common to talk about your experience. Present perfect simple or present perfect continuous. For example, here it is. I've been working as a teacher for 16 years or more. I've been working as a teacher for 16 years. Or I've been working in education for a long time. I've been working in finance since 2010. You can also talk about the company. I've been with. I've been with this company for 5 years. Am I still with the company now if I say this? Yes. So when you use the present perfect continuous in this context, or the present perfect simple, it's not finished. This action, this situation is still happening now. You're expressing something that started in the past and continues to now. So, I've been with this company for 5 years. I started 5 years ago, and I'm still with this company now. And I intend to continue. So I've been with this company, or I've been working for this company for 5 years. How long have you been working here? You can ask a question. These are really common ways to talk about your work experience. And to ask someone about their job. As we said in the beginning, what do you do? What kind of work do you do? What field are you in? Practice this. Go out this week and tell someone about your job and your career. Leave me any questions and comments below. Make a sentence. Tell me about your work and your job. What do you do? If you're a student, you can just say, I'm a student. That's another important thing. I've been a student for this long. Or if you have a job, tell me about that job. Introduce your job to me. And don't forget to subscribe down here. You should find the subscription button. Join my channel so you can get more lessons. And go to my page, realenglishspeaker.com. You'll find free lessons on there and also lessons that you can take with me. You can take special lessons with me, or you can take my online program, my fluency program, which is coming very soon. So, I'll see you soon. Bye.